everyone, my name is Michelle Spiegel and I'm with Century 21 Judge Fight, and today I want to talk to you about how to protest your taxes in Tarrant County. If you've gotten this in the mail recently, you know what I'm talking about. You looked at it, you said, "This is ridiculous, I protest." Well, let's protest in real life, shall we? I'm going to show you how. So here's how you do it. First, you need to know that there's 3 ways to do it. You can do it online, you can do it informally or formally. And the easiest way, obviously, is to do it online. All you do is create an account, go in, you put in the number that you think is fair, and they can either accept it, counter it, or reject it. And it's very easy, and you know right away. The other ways are informal. Say you go through the online, you don't like the number that they gave you, you'd like to present some evidence, that kind of thing, then you would reject it. There's a place to say, "No, I don't accept this, I want to protest," and do the informal. Then you would fill out the paperwork, send it in the mail, make sure it's postmarked by the date, the deadline on the piece of paper, and go from there. So first I'm going to tell you about how to do it online. That by far is the easiest, and then you know for sure. You don't need any evidence or anything. You just put in the number and get back a number from them. So first thing you need to do is set up an account. And so you go to www.tad.org, and that's the TAD website. And on there you will log in. Then you'll click create account, and then some information will pop up for you to populate and put in your information. You click submit, and then all the legalese appears. Yes, that's right. You have to read through a bunch of legalese. One of the things that I like to point out is that they, if you go through this and consent to their terms of condition, I guess you would say, they will start sending you everything through your email instead of in the mail. But that's okay. If you like to get those pretty blue pieces of paper in the mail, all you have to do after the process is go to a website and tell them that you'd like it to come in the mail and effective such and such a date, and they'll start sending it to you in the mail again. So easy breezy. So let's first talk about, so you've gone in, you set up the account. Now what you'll do is you'll go into hit the dashboard button. Then it'll pop up, and this is where your notice comes in handy, because in the top left hand corner, in the top left is the account number, and the top right is your PIN number, and you'll need to plug in those 2 numbers. Once you do, it'll pull up your address. So once you put in those items, then if you scroll down, your name and your property address will be there. And then also scroll down a little bit more, and there's 2 buttons that you can click. One is protest, and one is documents. So you can click in the documents and see the stuff ahead of time. If you hit protest or click on protest, then when you go into that link, you can also check your comps there as well and see the documents. So it really, it's whatever you choose. You can just go to protest. That way you see the information that they've assessed the value of your home, and you can look at the documents before you go further. But anyway, there's going to be a blank space for you to put in your valuation. The very important thing to know is, if you put in a value, they will ask you to submit it, and then they'll ask you, "Are you sure?" Because if they accept that, then that's it. That's the end of negotiation. That's the tax value that they're going to use to tax your property this year. So just be very clear on what number that you would be the most happy with, because if they do accept it. Now, they could counterclaim. They could counter it with a different number. Now, you could accept that number, or you can choose to reject it and go to the informal, where you can present evidence. So depending on if you decide to do the informal, that's where it's important to get a real estate agent that you trust and like, because they can get the comps for you for free. And if you go onto the website, you can see the comps that they use, and we can find comps. For instance, I did mine today, and I saw the comps that they used, and they were outrageous. So I decided to look for some. They found 2 last year that sold and one in December, all of last year. So I looked up the comps in my area for this year within 90 days, and I found 3 comps. They used 3 comps. I found 3 comps that were more favorable to me because they were more recent, first of all, and they were in my neighborhood. The others were in my neighborhood a little farther out, but regardless, you want the most current is the better valuation. So anyway, my point being, if you have a real estate agent, they can look those up. They can get pictures of the inside of the house, the backyard, that kind of thing. If you don't use a realtor, then all you can see is the front of the house. Legally, that is anyway. So so we can give you the pictures and the ammo information that you need. So so if you don't use a realtor, what you can do is take pictures around your house. Now they're going to be looking for things like, not like carpet and fencing isn't going to play, but structural issues like cracks in foundation, holes in walls, stuff like that. Things that are structurally around your house, curb appeal, things like that that they can take into consideration. So like I said, it's always I suggest using a realtor, but of course you don't have to. If you go into the informal, you'll send in the paper. They'll give you a time and a date to show up. You show up and you'll be talking to one person. The appraiser, you'll talk to them, make your case, and depending on you know, what they say, you can go, you can say, well, no, I don't accept that. I'm going to go to the formal. But the informal is what I suggest. If you don't do it online, the informal is definitely easier. Be kind also to the person that you're talking to. That goes a long way. A lot of people are stressed out these days, but your kindness can go a long way. And so, you know, see what they have to say. If you don't like it, then you can do the formal. And what you'll do is you'll submit that application, tell them you want to do a formal, and it'll kind of be the same thing. They'll give you a time and a date to show up. You show up, only this time instead of one-on-one, you're going to have 3 people on a panel plus the appraiser, and you'll have 4 minutes to make your case. So it's a little more stressful to be talking, you know, 4-on-1 rather than 1-on-1. So, you know, decide what's best for you. But the one thing I will say is protest your taxes, because the worst that can happen is they can say no. But you could lower your taxes for the whole year, and that would be a great thing. So you guys, if you need help, I'm gonna put the links down below. Hi, kitty. I'm going to put the links down below to the TAD website, and also the website also has a link for videos that they give you to so that you can look at videos, helpful videos on some of the stuff I talked about and more. So I will put those down below. Please give me a like down below, and then also in the comment section, if you'll give me some suggestions of future videos that you'd like to see, I'd love to do those. So y'all take care, good luck, and may the odds be forever in your favor.